Click subscribe to get daily Manchester United content from passionate Reds, only on All for United.
With reports that we want to play a holding mid, there was questions, potentially we could play a double pivot with one actual defensive player in that pivot, because that's not what we have at the minute. I know Stu's going to disagree with me right now, but I thought Garner and Levitt had a decent game. Now, we'll talk about that and talk about midfield options, because we also saw Pereira, we saw Nemanja Matic as well. But first on Levitt and Garner, what were your opinions? And Stu, we'll go to you first.
Garner, I think, will go. You can't put Garner into our first team. And I think, Benny, you would agree with me. You were there, and you can't put Levitt into our first team. But again, it comes back down into the Palestri thing. What do you do with them? I would put Garner in the Premier League somewhere like Brighton. I'd send you to Brighton. I'd probably send Levitt, if I could, down to Southampton. And I'd see how they developed for 6 months. I'd do a 6 months loan for both of them and see how they developed under good coaches. Potter's an excellent coach. He's a footballing coach. He'd suit Garner's game. And Hasenhüttl, I know he had his problems last year, but he's a very, very good coach. He's highly thought of in world football, not just... And I think he'd be great for Levitt. Somebody needs to get hold of these two kids, take them out of the Manchester United environment, but keep them in the Premier League environment. And if I was Ollie, that's what I would do with them. But that's my thoughts on those today.
I actually agree with you, Stu, because I think what we did right with Garner was we sent him to the Championship, we gave him Watford, they were okay, then they changed manager and he wasn't great because he wasn't fancied in the team. Nottingham Forest, he had a great second half of the season. With Levitt, we sent him off to Croatia or something, didn't we? And I'm like,
yeah, it didn't work out. Charlton did it for him, so.
And I'm like, that's a random move. That I didn't think that was the right one. Benny, what did you make of Levitt?
Levitt and Garner came as a pair, in the under 23s and all through up the age groups. They came in the academy sides. They're very, very good playing together usually. But as I said, 18 months or so they've not played together rightly. Levitt's one of them that I think he needs a top-level championship side to go to, and somebody that gives him the confidence to play some football. I wouldn't be opposed to him going to Derby County. I know they're going to struggle next season, and I know they can't. If United can say, listen, we'll pay for his wages and that, don't worry about it, because I know Derby are in dire straits at the minute. They can't even play the players at the minute. But
Rooney's got the impossible job there.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll just go and send him to Rooney. I think he did Bengy a world of good last season. Just send Levitt there. Don't send him abroad. Not yet, anyway. Just send Levitt there. Even if it's just for 6 months, just say, Levitt, listen, Rooney's going to give you a chance. You go out and impress there, play your football and develop, because I don't want to see him in the 23s. Garner and Levitt are too good for the 23s now. They need football. Yeah. And as for Garner, I agree, Premier League football. A Brighton, a Southampton, even a West Ham, somewhere around there where you know that he's going to be playing with decent level of players, where he can get on the ball and he could do his stuff. You imagine if Garner was playing alongside Bruno today, or playing alongside Paul Pogba, Garner would look really, really good with them. I think Garner needs people around him, that are better levels than what he had today. I'm not saying Levitt's not a decent level, but I think Garner's a level above, a couple levels above Levitt at the minute. And I just feel like I hope that we see Garner given an opportunity when the big boys do come back in, especially later on in the pre-season. I'd give him a half with Bruno and Pogba. Just give him a half with Bruno and Pogba. Give him 45 with those two, and just see how he develops with those two players around him. I just feel like there's a player in there, but I agree with Stu, though, a decent Premier League loan this season for Garner, because the guy's quality player. And as Andrew Wall said there, I think they did okay under pressure, but they just need to. We need to see him go to the next level now,
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, Benny,
they've both got it in them.
I was about to say, Benny, and I 100% agree with you, because this is the biggest issue with pre-season, I'm afraid, is that you're playing with the players you've got that have been training for a couple of weeks. You're not playing with the players that you would, aspire to play with, and that's always a problem. So Benny's right. It'd be really interesting to see Garner in particular. Levitt does need to go somewhere, but Garner in particular, it'd be great to see how he handles himself alongside Bruno, Donny van der Beek. I mean, we know Donny's injured, so he's just bringing his way back. But somebody of that ilk of player of talent, a Pogba, we'd really see what Garner's made of. So, but I think he'll need a Premier League loan. There's no point sending him to Forest, or somewhere like that.
No, he's got his time in the Championship now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
Jamie, do you think we've sorted sort of Garner's situation? We know what he's about. We know what that is. With Levitt, there's quality there because he's gone to the Euros. Let's not get it twisted. There's quality there. You don't get called up to the Euros if you're just a bit player. So do you think that we need to get this right? Otherwise, we might be losing a great player here.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's the same with both of them, realistically. I think if they both had a bit more, sort of Spanishy sounding names, like, if he was like Javier Garnero, like people would be screaming for him. But no, I think they're both quality players. I think, again, the problem is at the minute is as much as I do like Ollie as a man manager, and that the club seems to be getting things right at the minute, we probably haven't been the best environment to be a youth player in over the last 2-3 years, because there's been sort of a lack of consistency, both in terms of sort of the style in which we play and the treatment of the kids. I mean, I suppose 2-3 years is probably a bit of a stretch, and we're talking about 6 years here. My concept of time has gone out the window recently. So I think with Levitt, there's clearly talent there. And again, I think that it's about getting the loan move. So sending him out abroad is the worst thing you can do, because not only are you then, getting him settled in with a new club, you're also just in a different culture, you might not speak the language. So get him somewhere that he'd be comfortable with. Again, I think somewhere like Southampton would be really good. I really wanted Norwich to take James Garner, but then they ended up with Billy Gilmore. And I thought that would have been a brilliant move for Garner. I think Levitt either, send him to sort of established sort of bottom half Premier League side, because the last thing you want is to send a player on loan to a club that's going to be scrapping relegation and have that pressure on them. Send them to a promotion candidate side, or even someone like Brentford. Brentford play attractive football.
Brentford's a shout though, because the way they play football. Yeah,
it's progressive football, it's expansive football, and it's one of those that they're a newly promoted side for the first time in their history. So even if they did go back down, that pressure is not on you as a person. So I think we definitely need to get things like this right. Same with Pellistri, get the loan moves right, because, like you say, it'll be one of those things in it that in 3-4 years' time it'll come back to bite. And we know what it's like. Is that we'd sell James Garner and Dyaln Levitt, and they both have a worldie of a season, and we'd be it'd be linked all over the back page of the BBC, like, oh, we're linked with a £456 million move for ex-player James Garner. Like, do you know what I mean? We get slapped with stuff all the time. So, yeah, it's important. But I trust Ollie to understand the development of the lads. And to be fair, just send out the reserves to Derby. Just give Rooney the entire reserve side and go, there you go. Send Hannibal, let him tear the Championship up.